じられない。
Unbelievable.
それが
Are you
真
saying
相だ
that
という
it's
の
the
か。
truth? That's the truth?
はい。
Yes.
私たちは
Described everything as we
見た
saw
ま
it.
まのことをお話ししています。
George folded his arms and started humming again. The kitchen was once again beset by a long silence.
ジョージ様が
There's
にわかに
Anderson,
は信じら
why
れ
do
な
you
い
feel
気
you
持
aren't
ち
able to
も
believe it so suddenly?
私はよくわかります。何しろこ
After
の
all,
目で
even
確
though
か
I'm
に
sure I
見た
saw it
は
with
ず
my
の
own
私です
eyes,
が
I still know what it
彼が
was that I
何だったの
saw.
かわからなくなる。私は確かに見た。
I'm sure I saw it.
そして
I'm sure I never
と
got
っ
into
く
a
に会い
scuffle
ま
with
でし
it.
たはずなんです。なのにあれが全
Yet,
部
I always felt like it was an
幻だっていうの
illusion.
は気すらする。
なるほどね。
I see.
あのローザおばさん
That's why you couldn't go
詳し
dating
く
in front of
話せ
Auntie
ないわけ
Rosa.
だ。今の話を本当
If
に
she
し
told her
て
what you just
た
told me, then would it be creating
らも
even
っと
bigger
面倒な
problems?
トラブルになっていただろうね。なるほど。
Yes, I now understand that
ゲンジ
Genji
さ
san
んが
handled
随
it
分
on
冷静
remarkably
な対
composed
応をしてい
fashion.
たのが分かりました。
私に
Only
そ
have
れ
the
を
power to
説明す
explain
る
it.
だけの力があればよかったのですが。
There's not actually seen it, so even when pressed to believe, you just couldn't imagine it. It's only natural. Because even the people who had actually seen it ended up questioning themselves as to what it was.
話を少し巻き戻すよ。
Let me back up a bit. Shen, you
カノ
said
ン
that you
君が
thought
偽物か
Kennen-kun
も
was
しれ
an
ないと思
imposter.
った時、
You went to pick up some
クモの
spiderwebs,
巣を
right?
取ってきたと言ったね。どうしてそんなことを？
Why did you do that?
そうだ。
That's right.
それは
I was
私
thinking
も
of
思
that
っ
as
てい
well.
ました。どうしてクモの巣だ
Why
ったんです？
spiderwebs?
前に熊沢さんに聞いたことがあるんです。
I heard it once from Kumasawa-san.
大昔の六軒島には
A
悪
long
霊
time
が
ago,
住ん
evil
でい
spirits
て
lived in Rokujima, and they, feared
クモの巣
spiderwebs.
を恐れたって。それでク
They
モ
say
の
that
巣を
it's a
魔除け
legend
と尊んで
that people treasure
大
spiderwebs
切に
as
したという
wards
昔
against
話があるんだそう
magic.
です。それでその
So, I, just went with it.
私も
I
少し
think I
混乱
was
していたん
also
だ
a
と
bit
思います。
confused.
そんな話が。
Interesting story.
熊沢はそう
He
いう
was always very
昔
knowledgeable
話
of these kinds of
詳しかっ
tales.
たな。
クモは液中ですからね。
Fires are useful after all.
確かに
Certainly
そういう
the existence of
信
such a
仰
creed
があ
isn't
って
strange at
も
all.
おかしくないかも。
きっと
I'm sure
その悪霊の
the
力を
Torii Shrine was trapping the power
あ
of
の
those evil
鳥居の
spirits.
祠が封じ込めてたんだと思います。そして霊境が割られたのでその力が蘇って
And since the spirit mirror was broken, that power revived.
ベアトリーチェ様を蘇らせる力となってしまったに違いないのです。
I have no doubt that became the power to make Beatrice somewhat revive.
私が心の弱かった私が
If I was in that weak-hearted state, I had done such an outrageous thing. Oh.
シャノン、
Shannon,
その話はもうしなくても大丈夫だよ。
you don't have to worry about that anymore.
僕は
I
君
don't
を
blame
責
you
め
for
たり
that.
なんかしない。
Since long ago, Shannon had often had a certain cold aspect regarding how she had met George. While he didn't lend near to her tales, George had always thought that this was typical of a girl, especially in love with fate, chance, and miracles. George had thought that bringing the spirit mirror offered to the Torii Shrine was going a little too far. But he had forgiven her, laughing at just a little prank she had done because she had seriously desired a relationship with him. This very mirror in some musty shrine wouldn't change the fate of their meeting. That would never cause any curse. I remember cheering her up, saying it was only a musty mirror covered in dust. After I
存在がい
started
る
working there, many of my
という
coworkers
話は
told me of the
この
existence of a
島に
spirit
勤
called
めるようにな
Beatrice-sama.
ってから たくさんの同僚に聞かされました。最初はバカバ
In
カ
the
しいと
beginning,
思って
he
いま
thought
し
it
た
was
が、
ridiculous.
それを批判する
He
と
disappeared in
なん
discreet
だか
comment
不
on
謹
that.
慎そうな空気があったもので、私も
I can do
表
it
向き
myself
は
as if I
信
also
じている
believed
よう
it.
に振る舞っていきました。しかしまさか本当
Look,
に
it's astonishing. She's really
いたんです。
existed.
ベアトリーチェ
Beatrice's
様
son was in this mansion all along.
このお屋敷におられたんです。でもベアトリーチェ様は力を失っておられ
The
て、
Beatrice's mom had lost her powers.
私たちの前に姿を現すことができなかったんです。ずっといた。
And she did exist all along.
私たちが見えなかっただけなんです。
源氏さんの意見を聞きたいです。
I'd like to hear Genji-san's opinion.
私には
I do not have an
何も
opinion.
意見は
I
あり
am
ません。
furniture.
一つだけ申
All I will
し
say
上げたい
is,
のは、
no, when it happened,
私たちはあ
there's
の
five
時
of us there.
ここに5
Two
人
of us
い
here.
た。そしてカノンが
I
勝
thought
手
they
口から
cannot
帰
return
って
through
き
the
た
back
と
door.
思った。そして使用人室に運び、
Then we carried him to the servant room.
何かが起こって南條先生と熊さん
Something happened and
帰らぬ
Dr. Nanjon
人となってしま
Kumasawa
った
passed on.
それだけで
That is
す。
all.
私たちは見たものをすでに
We have already
全
explained
て説
everything
明
we
しま
saw.
した。それを
You understand that it would be very unreasonable to try to
見て
push
い
you to
ない
believe it
ジョー
like
ジ様に
when
信
you
じ
do
ろ
not
と
see
い
it
うの
yourself.
は、
信じられるわけがない。
How can he believe
あ
it?
れは間違いなく
I thought he was
カノ
undoubtedly
ンさんだ
Cannon
と思っ
Kun.
た。でもあいつがベッドか
Oh,
ら
that
起き上
thing
が
got
っ
up from
て、
the
そう
bed.
こんな風にしながら
And that's right, starting
胸
to
の
probe around
傷
that
を
wound
ま
in
さ
the
ぐり
chest
始
like
めた
this.
時、こいつはカノ
I
ン
think
さ
it
んじゃ
wasn't
ない、
Cannon-san, but some different
誰か
being.
別の存在なんだと直感しました。ジョージ様にはわから
I
な
can't
いでしょう。
understand George-sama.
よく知っていると思って
Every
いた
moment
人
of
物
person
が
thought you knew well, exposed
実は別
that he's
人
in
である
fact
ことを
someone
さら
else.
け出した瞬間の恐ろしさというものは説明できない。
I can't explain it.
とても説明できる
I
わけ
can't
が
explain
な
it
い。
at all.
わかるよ。
I understand.
合田さんがそれほどまでにショックを受けるどんな恐ろしいことがあったのか、僕は察するよ。
I can tell just how dreadful thing must have happened to cause you such a shock.
ありがとうございます、
Thank you very much,
ジョージ様。
George-sama. And they all went silent again. No other times she was consoled, Shannon kept crying, weeping that listening to the witch's sweet whispers, remembering the spirit mirror on the day had been where this had all gone wrong.
君に囁いたという魔女はその
What's
鏡
that
がある
whisper
と
to you?
力
Is
を
there
失
power
う
that
ん
mirror
だ。
exists?
少し説明
I
して
think
く
she
れた
explained
気
to
が
me
し
a
ます。
little, but I can't really
よ
remember.
く覚えていません。あの鏡があると力が出せない。
I think she said somehow she could release her power if that mirror existed.
君が割ったとい
What
う
happened
そ
to
の
the spirit you
鏡は
broke?
どう
What
した
happened
の
to the spirit you broke?
覚えていません。
I don't remember.
多分割ったまま立ち去りましたから、
I
そのま
suppose
ま
since I
そこに残っ
broke
てた
it,
でしょう。
it would just have been lying where I left it.
ということは岩礁が雷で打たれて
So
消え
when,
たとかいう
as they say, the
時
reef
に
was struck by lightning
海の
disappeared,
底
it would have
か。
gone to the bottom of the ocean.
まあ
Well,
拾
I'll
っ
be
て
picking it up
接
and
着
taking
剤
it
で
together
貼
when
り
I
付
made
けた
it
ところ
effective
で
again anyway.
ご利益は戻らないだろうけどね。
私は
Truly,
本
what
当
have I
に
done?
なんてことを。
ごめん、
Sorry,
失言したよ。
I shouldn't have said that. He didn't know whether Shannon bringing the mirror had really been what started everything off. The servants didn't go as far to blame Shannon, but it seemed that they believed that had been the trigger. But even now, there's no way George believed that much. Even as he was so sure about witches and evil spirits, it sounded fake to him. And so he listens here to see Shannon's story, trying to find a hint that might relieve at least a little bit of pain in her heart.
そういえばその鳥居にあったものと
Come
は
to
違うで
think
しょう
of
が、
it, I think it's different from the one that Tori.
奥様が
I may have
お
heard that
守
Madame
りとして
gives
霊
the
柩をお
spirit
持ちに
mirror
なっ
as
て
a
いる
charm.
と聞いたことがあります。
Oh?
夏日おばさん
And
が
Natsuki does.
はい、
Yes.
おじい様の形見分けか何かでもらったものだそうで、とても強い魔除けの力を持
This
つ
should have said one of the
由緒
Mentos
正し
or her
い
grandfather or something, and that it held very strong magic repelling power. Historically rich
霊柩だとかなんと
spirit
か。
mirror or something.
同じ話は私も聞いたこ
I've
とが
also heard the same story.
鏡は良くないものを
Some other mirror having a
反
power reflect that which
射
is
し
not
て
good
弾
and
き返
send
す
it
力
back.
があるのだとか。
その霊柩があれば魔女のベアトリーチェに対抗できるかな。
Do we resist the witch Beatrice?
Huh?
When George proposed this, the servers looked up.
祀っていた鳥居と
Trying the
心
Tory
は
bear
も
was
う
just
な
trying
い
to
かも
gone
しれな
now.
いけれど、
The important thing is that there's
霊
still
柩
another
が
spirit
もう
mirror.
一枚あるのは重要なことだよ。夏日おばさんの実家は
Rather than
神職
Natsuki's
にも
family
通
is
じ
sent
てい
to
ると
still
聞いたこと
priests.
がある。それは本当に単なる鏡では
Maybe
な
that
いかも
isn't
し
just
れ
a
ない。
simple mirror.
だ
I believe I heard Madame say that she keeps it in a
宝
secret
物箱に入
treasure
れて大事に
box.
しまっているとおっしゃっていたような気がします。そんなに大きいものではないのかもしれません。
It might not be very large.
大きさの問
I
題で
don't
はな
think
か
its
った
size is
と
a
思います。
problem.
私が割った鏡も
The mirror I broke looks small and
一見
significant
大し
at a
たことの
glance.
ない小さな鏡に見えました。
相手がオカルトならこちらもオカルトの手段で対
Our
抗する
opponent
し
is
か
a
ない。
code, and we must to resist by using code measures.
ただこうして座っていても何も解決
We just
し
sit
ない。
around, nothing will be resolved.
単なる気休めだとしても
It's worth trying, if only for some peace of mind. Of course, this doesn't mean that George accepted the witch. However, he thought it would be necessary to have some kind of purification ceremony to heal the wounds in Shan's heart. The story about Natsuki's spirit mirror is just what that doctor ordered.
行こ
Let's go!
う。魔女をやっつけようなんて大それたこ
I
と
won't
は言
suggest
わな
going
い
to
よ。
finish all the witch or something so outrageous.
でも魔女から身を守る魔除けがあってもいいと思う。
I think it would be nice if we had something that repels magic to protect us from witch.
前にマリアちゃんに聞いたんだけど、おじい様の部屋の扉は強力な魔除けが施されているんでしょ。
Maria Chen told me about this earlier, but the door to grandfather's room is supposed to be able to repel magic, right?
さすがおじい様だね。
As expected of grandfather.
オカルトに対する防御も十分だったわけだ。
Has sufficient defense against the code as well.
行こ
Let's go.
う。夏日おばさんの部屋へ。
Aunt Natsuki's room.
しかし
But I think
奥
Madame's room
様
is
の部屋
locked.
には鍵がかかっていると思います。マスターキーは
Master
ロー
Keys
タ
of
様に
Rosa
お返
Sama.
ししてしまいましたし、キーボックスのある使用人室も施錠され
In
て
the
し
server
ま
room,
い
which
ました
contains
し
the key box, has been locked up.
ならばその
In that
鍵は
case, and
夏
Natsuki
日
should
お
be
ばさん
walking
が
around
持
with
ち
that
歩いてい
key.
るはず。礼拝堂にはまだ夏日おばさんの遺体があるはずだ。
Aunt Natsuki's body should still be in the chapel.
警察が来る前に
Bad
勝手
server
にいじって
ourselves
しまう
before
の
the
は
police.
悪いことだけれど、
We can formally explain
そ
it.
れについてはちゃんと説明しよ
しかし礼拝堂の入り口も
However,
鍵
the
が
entrance
か
to
け
the
られてお
chapel
り
is
ます。
also locked.
う。ゴーダさんの腕力じ
Listen,
ゃ
are you not
ガ
trying
ラ
to
ス
break a
一枚割れ
stained
ないの
glass
か
window?
い。その辺の石で叩き割ればいい。
You can smash it with a rock around here.
大切な礼拝堂の窓を破っ
Are you
てし
okay
ま
to
って
break
も
window of that important chapel?
よろしいのでしょうか。
おじい様に怒られるときは僕が責任を持つよ。
When grandfather gets found us, I'll take responsibility.
僕はもともと今日後宮家の全員と戦うつもりでいた。
From the beginning, I was planning on fighting with the whole Ushiromiya
君との
family
婚
today.
約を
They'll
許しても
permit
らう
my,
ために
so
ね。
that they will permit my engagement to you.
だから元よ
So
り
I'm
その
already
覚悟はあ
prepared.
る。合 ガラスを割ろ
So let's break the glass.
う。そして夏日おば
And
さん
let's
の
work
遺
the
体
key
か
from it. Shannon and Goddard glance at each other and look at George's face again.
らオカルトに詳しいおじい
Everyone
さ
knows
ん
everything about the occult.
夏日おばさんの霊境の力だ
I'm
っ
trying to
て
sandwich about the power of Natsu's spear mirror.
大丈夫。怒られたりなんか
Don't worry,
し
he
ない。
won't get mad at you.
奥様の鏡で
I wonder if
本
Madame's
当は
mirror
ベアトリーチェ
still
様
Beatrice
をもう
様.
一度封じることができるでしょうか。
わからない。
I don't know.
でも試す価値
I
はあ
think
る
it's
と思
worth trying.
う。なら行こ
So let's go.
う。表はどんどん暗くなっちゃうよ。
It's getting darker and darker outside.
急ごう。
Let's hurry.
シャノンは懐中電灯を。
Shannon, get the flashlight.
ゴーダさんはガラスを
Son,
割れそうな道具を。
Until now looks like you can break the glass.
ゲンジさんはすみません。
Yes, I'm sorry, but
傘
can
の
you
用
get
意
some
をお願いしま
umbrellas?
す。
Yes. Servants who had been rejected by Rose tried to move once again, having gained a new master. George, normally calm and gentle, was now exuding a commanding presence. Shannon checked the emergency flashlight. Just in case she changed the batteries. Smart girl. Goddard was examining several heavy-looking cooking tools. Now he's fanatic to fulfill the orders of the one he accepted as his master. After some deliberation, he took a large, weighty frying pan. Genji removed several umbrellas from an umbrella stand set in the corner near the back door of the kitchen. He took 3 of them.
ゲンジさん
Genji-san?
私はご
He not
一
go
緒で
with
き
you.
ません。ご用命
It
の
would be
時
embarrassing for me as the head of the Shiromia family, who were all absent when an order was given.
後ろ宮家使用人頭として恥ずかしいことです。
そんな源氏さん
What? What in the world, Genji?
今のこの
You
屋
should
敷
have
で
said how the usual would be
一
every
人
old
でいる
mansion
こ
right
とが
now.
どれだけ危険かあなたもわかるでしょう。
私は
I can't go.
親方様から
I'll stay here so the master can call me at any time.
源氏様
Genji-sama.
ジョージ様にお伝えする
Observe George様.
くれぐれも
Don't make any blunders.
ゴーダ手本
Goddard, I'm counting on you to be an example.
はい
Yes!
お任せください。
Leave it to me.
必ずや
I will fulfill
お
my
役目を果た
duty.
します。
本当にいいんですね。
Is this really alright?
ゲンジさん。
Goda-san?
はい
Genji-san, I mean? Yes.
私は
I'm already at the safe.
今日までの日々でしたこのようなお祈り
There
が
happens to see no man like myself decide by the
全て
roulette.
はルールで私は
I think I would like to sit here and see what the result will be with my own eyes.
ここに座って見届けたいと思います
As Genji said that, he sat down. His gaze fell to the chessboard that he had played with Nanjo. When George saw us, he decided to leave Genji there.
行こうみんな。
Let's go, everyone!
今は少し
Looks like
風もおとなし
the
いみ
wind
た
is
い
a
だ
little。softer right now. George took an umbrella and dashed down into the hallway, and Shannon and Goda chased after him, each holding a tool. After they flew out of the room, Genji quietly extended a hand to the side of the chessboard. So he pushed something that was there towards himself and hit it by covering it with his palm. From inside, an ice pail stood on the counter. A small golden butterfly appeared, softly and silently. It was only so I had watched Genji and the rest leave and was trying to secretly follow them. It happened in an instant. The butterfly, elegantly flapping its wings, was pinned against the wall by the knife Genji had just thrown, like a butterfly in a bug collection. After the golden butterfly beat its wings several times, looking like it was in pain, except the fact it couldn't break free, becoming fine golden powder and smoke, and disappeared as though dissolving into water. Genji's gaze was still lowered at the chessboard, as though nothing had happened. He would think up a brilliant move very soon. No matter what move he played, his opponent would not be able to respond for all eternity. Even though he knew that, Genji searched for a brilliant move. This was the perfect way to kill time during the short period before some fate would be given to him. He didn't know what result the roulette would bring about. The decision would be made very soon. No one could interfere with the tumbling roulette ball. The door of the parlor was not only locked, but blocked with a barricade made of sofas and light. So Auntie Rosa seemed to suspect that as visitor appeared, it would be by breaking the window. Sitting on a one-person sofa, her back to the door, she continued to hold on to her gun. I didn't know what was what anymore, and so my body and mind worn out, I was just playing with Maria however she wanted. Maria's words. Peter was testing us to see whether we could solve the epitaph of a goat, so we had to challenge its riddle. In the beginning, I had been a little interested and tried to solve it, but I didn't have a clue what those weird paragraphs even meant in the first place. I doubt there was some riddle hidden there, but I couldn't imagine that I would solve it by chance. Didn't doubt, rather. In the middle part of the epitaph, there were lines saying a journey to go and land over the course of the 1st to the 10th twilight. In the first twilight, sacrifice 6 chosen by the key. In the second twilight, those who remain shall tear apart the two who are close. It is obvious that this hinted at the first 6 murders that already occurred in the chapel and just getting Kanneken's murders. If this was being followed, we'd have to prepare for yet 5 more people to be killed. On the 4th twilight, gouge the head and kill. On the 5th, gouge the chest and kill. On the 6th, gouge the stomach and kill. On the 7th, gouge the knee and kill. On the 8th, gouge the leg and kill. Bodies of Dr. Nanju Gumasawa Bachan had been found. However, reasonably assumed that they were the sacrifices of the 4th and 5th twilights. They should have been in a pitiable state with their head and chest gouged. In which case, could we expect there to be 3 more that would be gouged in the stomach, knee, and leg to be killed? Who would that be? Looking around the room, noticing there were people there, but how should I say it? My emotions seemed paralyzed. Strangely, I didn't find it terrifying. Mary noticed me, with my upper body entrusted to the sofa, gazing lazingly up at the ceiling. Apparently, she felt I was slacking off in my riddle solving. She got mad at me and told me I wasn't being serious enough. Hey, Maria? Ooh! What was again that Beatrice said she would do if we solved this? For sure, the witch had written a letter that she would give up on collecting interest or something abstract like that. Was obviously taking that to mean that she'd give up on killing the whole family. Was it really written with that meaning? I didn't feel that solving the riddle would actually save us. Not that even if we did solve it, that would just be what the culprit wanted us to do. It would all be a wasted effort.
No, that's not true. If you solve the epitaph, Vito's riddle will be over. Won't be any more need for any more people to die.
Really?
本当にかそういうルールを奴が提示してるだけだろ
Isn't that rule just something she made up?
この謎を解けば多分
You solve this riddle, we'll probably know the location of grandfather's hidden gold.
奴はきっとそれを狙って
She'll surely go after that and...
Ooh! 狙わないよ Won't!
なんでそう断言できるんだ
Can you be so sure?
黄金は最初から
The gold was Vito's from the start!
だもん自分のものを狙
She
っ
won't
た
go
り
after
はし
something
な
that's
い
hers.
じゃあ
Then
どう
why
し
is
て
Vito
ベアと
giving
俺た
us
ちに
all
こん
these
な
big
大ヒントを
hints?
授けてくれたんだというか
There's that.
どう
Why
し
did
て
she
こん
even
な
set
ゲ
up
ーム
this
じみたこ
game-like
とを仕
thing?
掛けてきたんだ
魔法にはリスクが必要なの
Magic needs risk.
リスク
Risk?
よ
I
く意
don't
味
really
がわ
get
かん
what
ね
you
え
mean.
例えばマラソン
For example, in a marathon,
完走す
do you
れ
think
ば
a medal that
誰でも
anyone
も
can
らえ
get
る
by
メ
running
ダル
out
と
things worth the same
一
zone
番
given
に
only
な
the
った
person
人
who
しか
gets
もらえ
first?
ないメダルって同じ価値だと思う
思わねえぜ
No, I don't.
つまり
What
な
are
んだよ
you trying to say?
結局
That in the end she's
奴
just
は遊んでるってことなのかわざとこっちにチャンスを与えるようなことをして
違う No!
それがね、魔法というものなの。
That's what magic is!
どんな大きな魔
No matter how
法
good
に
the
も
magic,
絶対
there are
に
always
リス
risks
ク
and
や
weak
弱点
points.
があるの。ないといけないの。
No, there has to be.
魔法って言われるとピンとこねえが、ギャンブル
I
だっ
don't
て
get
考え
when you
れ
call
ば
it
少し
magic.
は理解
I
でき
think
る。
about it as a gamble, I can understand it a little.
でかく失う覚悟がなきゃ。
If you aren't prepared to lose big, then you can't win big.
そして勝ち目の薄いギャンブルであればある
The
ほ
slimmer
ど
chance the
配当
slimmer
は
the chance
でか
of
く
winning,
な
the
る。
bigger the payoff.
その通りだよ。
That's exactly it.
だからベアとは
That's why
儀式
Beto
の
probably
リスクを
explained
ち
the
ゃんと
rule,
みんなに
rescue the
説
ritual
明
to
したの。
everyone.
だからこの謎を解けばちゃんと儀式は中断される。
That's why if the riddle is solved, the ritual will be interrupted as promised.
だってそれを約束違
If
反
all
した
she
ら
breaks
リ
her
スク
promises,
に
there
なら
won't be
ない。
any risk.
これを解けば
If we solve
奴
this,
は本当に
will
約
she
束
really
を
keep her promise?
守るのか。
花は枯れるのにどうして美しいの？
Why are flowers beautiful even though they wither?
造花は見分けがつかないほど精巧でもどうして美し
Why
く
are
な
the
いの？
artificial flowers beautiful even though if it's so elaborate you can't tell the difference by looking?
人間は死を賭すから奇跡が起こせる。
Humans can bring about miracles by gambling their death.
不死の人間がいたとしてその人物に何の奇跡も起こせる道理は
If they were
ない。
an undying human, that person would have no way of bringing about a miracle.
私たちも人
It's the
生
same for
も
us.
魔
For
女も
life,
儀式
for
も
witches, and for rituals.
私たちはリスクを負わなければ何も成し遂げられ
If we
ない
don't
の。
bear risk, we can't achieve anything.
謎が解けたらどうするんだ。
What do we do if we solve the riddle?
ピンポーンって鳴らして
Do
挙
we
手
just
して
answer buzzers and put a hand in it and tell the witch or MC what she says?
ああ
Ew,
それは知ら
I
ない。
don't know about.
でも
But if we
解けば
solve it,
き
the
っ
ritual
と
will surely end
自動的に儀
automatically.
式は終わる。
マリアは詳し
You
い
know
な。
what, Maria?
そいつはみんなベアトリーチェに習ったのか。
You learned that? From Beatrice?
Ew.
So, if you don't bear risk, nothing can be gained. That's obviously the way of the world. It was in common with the chessboard theory style of thinking that I liked. A move in chess is always a search for the best play that minimizes the risk and promises advantageous turn of events. Don't trust your plays to chance like in gambling. That's right, there's no room for gambling in an intellectual game. You know, this person called Beatrice was carrying out such an outrageous crime. Maybe a ritual. While personally imposing conditions for her own loss and announcing them to us. In chess, you always play the best move. But by standing in your opponent's position, you can predict their next move. However, you couldn't say for sure that Beatrice's moves were always the best moves. I thought she was probably making us focus on the uptime of a smoke screen to mislead us about something else. Maria said that all things was. But Maria said that of all things was impossible. She said this was a genuine risk that the witch had taken, therefore proof that this was a formal magical ritual. I can't understand this witch called Beatrice. She doesn't seem committing this chain of murder with some own mind. So why was she deliberately exposed to conditions for her own defeat? No matter how I flip it over the chessboard, I'm thinking from my opponent's perspective. I can't understand why she would give up if this riddle was solved. It's almost as though Beatrice doesn't care whether she wins or loses. It's natural the chessboard reasoning wouldn't work if you played chess against an opponent like this. I don't understand. I don't understand. What is Beatrice after that's making her commit this crime? Just wants to massacre us all. She could do it secretly without this whole crazy setup. There's no need for that scrupulous advance notice, dramatic suggestions, locked rooms, or anything. It's all over dramatized. I don't get the point at all. As long as you get to think Beatrice is a greedy human cobra, would I be able to understand anything? If I don't accept her as a witch, would I be unable to even set the pieces on the chessboard at all? If you're really a witch and everything Maria has said is true, then there's only one thing we should have been doing. We shouldn't bother with all the reasoning or the discord or the searching for the culprit. We should have all gathered in the dining hall and put our knowledge to solve the riddle. If we had put the knowledge of that many people, maybe we would have been at least able to grasp the thread of the answer. We greedy humans designed to gain something more than one another. Never pulled our knowledge and were being offered up as sacrifices one by one. In the end, were we humans getting what we deserved? We thought we were thinking, but were we actually thinking only of our greedy selves? In the end, chessboard theory is thinking a thing where you protect yourself under your opponent. So greedy people would look inside their opponents and see their greedy selves. I looked vaguely at Auntie. She was probably tired from being under all this tension the whole time. She wasn't sleeping, though she was continually staring vaguely at some point in space. Auntie Rosa proclaimed that she couldn't trust anyone who had not been killed. Auntie Rosa's chessboard thinking saw herself inside her opponent. In other words, Auntie Rosa, if I had been an isolated woman, anybody would trust anyone and anyone would let her guard down. Long ago, I think I heard a bit about it from my dad. Auntie Rosa had originally been a very obedient child, but because her age was so far separated from her other siblings. Because her confrontational siblings had often made conflicting demands of her. She had been going through psychological hardship ever since she was young. Apparently, when she had taken the side of one sibling, but often another gave her a hard time for it. Certainly, Auntie Rosa had said many things today that could be taken as abusive language. Those words had been engraved into her vocabulary because they had been showered upon her as well. Many abusive words that she had spoken of were also the same abuse that Auntie Rosa had been showered with in the past. Now think about it, I have the feelings that her style of speech today has been occasional traces of Uncle Kraus and Auntie Ella in it. I just assumed the similarity came from being siblings. Maybe that wasn't the case. For the first time I was able to sympathize with my heart with Auntie Rosa. I had come to think of his own being gentle. Then, what about Maria? Maria had been claiming something for a while. If we could solve the riddle that witch presented us, the show would be halted and we would definitely be saved. I also think she said Beatrice would never break a promise she made. So that describes Maria herself. She's the one with the most innocent heart who would never break a promise. No, she said Beatrice wouldn't make a promise either. You could believe that. But wasn't that just an image of Beatrice that Maria had imagined? There's no real proof that the real Beatrice definitely keeps her promises, right? I keep my promises. To solve the riddle of the epitaph, you shall be able to reach the golden land. When that happens, the ritual will end. No more people will die. So you're saying you play mantra like you follows the rules. I won't deny that I'm a brutal, and unjust, and a monster. However, I am a witch.
魔法を使う。
I use magic.
魔法を使う
In
に
order to
は
use magic, there are some
守
rules
ら
that
ね
must
ば
be
ならぬ
followed.
ルールがある。わらわは魔女だからこそ、
Besides, because I am a witch, I
そ
cannot
れをな
neglect
いが
those
しろに
rules.
できぬのだ。それだけは信じるがよい。
You should believe at least that much.
これだけめちゃくちゃやってき
After
て。
following all this shit, you're still
そ
telling
れ
me
で
to
もル
trust
ー
at
ルだ
least
け
the
は信じろ
rules.
ってのかよ。
わらわはたぶらかしはする。
I do play tricks.
もちろん人も
Of
だ。
course, I also deceive people.
人間と
There's
変
no
わら
different.
ん。
That's no different from humans.
だが、
And not once I've
約束
destroyed
と
something
し
that
て
I've
口
said
に
as
し
a
たことを
promise.
保護にしたことは一度もない。人間はどう
What about you humans?
約束を
Do you always keep your promises?
必ず守るのか？
約束を守
You
ろ
know
う。
we have catchphrases like
なん
keep
て
your
キャッチフレーズ
promises.
がある以上。ちゃんと履行されてるかどうかは疑わしいな。
It's out of that we always follow them as we should.
わらわから見れば、人間
Right,
の方が
humans are
よ
much
っ
more
ぽど
selfish
利己的で
monsters.
下道な存在よ。人間の約束ほど
There's
疑わ
nothing
し
as
い
doubtful
も
as a
の
human's
はない。
promise.
わらわも時に
You
人
and I
間と
sometimes
契
make
約
contracts
す
with
る。
humans, but I doubt you can even imagine how
く
string
だ
an
らない
agreement must
願
be
い
made
一つ叶え
just to
る
grant
の
a
に、
single
どれほ
foolish
ど厳重
witch.
に取り決めをするか想像もつくまい。少しでも隙があると、
There's even a small loophole that immediately say something like increase the number of wishes to 100or
叶える願いの
try
数
transferring
を
to a tiny
100に
speck.
増やせとか、小さな豆粒に変身してみろとか言い出す。
親父によく言われたぜ。
Dad often tells me something.
契約書ほど
That
怖
there's
いもの
nothing as
は
scary
ね
as contracts.
よく読ま
There's
ずに
only
ハンコ
natural
を
people
押
who
すや
agree
つ
that
は
reading them thoroughly
骨の髄まで
will be
喋
chewed
られ
to
て
the
当
bone.
然だって言ってたぜ。悪徳で荒稼ぎしてやがったんだな。
Made a killing through vice.
察しろ。
Realize this.
人は生まれ
People
な
do
がら
not
に
know
詐欺を
fraud
知り
from
はせ
birth.
ぬ。どこかで被った。
Realize this. People do not know of fraud from birth,
だから覚
and
え、
so it is learned.
押し付け合わずには
Yes,
い
the
られ
sins of
ぬ
the
人
human
の
world,
世
which may
の
be forced
罪
on to one another.
か。はて、どこ
Now,
の魔
who
女
was the
に
witch I
聞
heard
いた
that
ら。
from?
まあいい。
Oh well,
そなたが思っているほど、
I'm not as heartless
わ
as you
らわ
think,
も
you
無慈
see?
悲ではないぞ。
嘘をつけ。
Liar!
これだけの
All
大
these
勢
people,
を。
and it's not even the first
しかもま
time.
たこんな残酷な方法で殺しておいて、何が無慈悲ではないだ。
You did it in such a horrible way too. How can you be so? How can you not be heartless?
約束は
You
守る
say
だ
you
と。
keep your promises?
いい加減な
Don't
ことを
say
言う
stuff like
な。
that.
俺はお前を認
I
め
won't
ない。
accept you.
断じて。
I won't never.
それを譲らないことだ
Believe
け
that
が
not giving that up is
お
the only
前
way
へ
I
の
can
抵抗
resist
だと
you.
俺は信じてる。
なるほど。
I see.
永遠の
You're
苛
saying that
波
this
であ
eternal
るの
torment will
は
be the same
わ
for
らわに
me.
対しても同じであるというわけか。かもしれぬな。
Maybe so.
千年は長い。
1,000 years is a long time.
魔女の強さは魔力より我
Maybe a
慢
witch's
強さ
true
で決ま
strength is
る
tied
の
not
か
by
も
their
しれ
magical
な
power,
い。
but by their endurance.
なるほど。
Yes, explains how
ベルン
terrifying
教の
Lady
恐ろしさ
Byrne
もうな
is.
ずける。
何をわけのわかんない
And you're
話を
blabbling
ブツブ
on
ツ
and
言って
on
やが
about
る。
incomprehensible stuff.
さっさと永
Yeah,
遠の
continue
歳
that
波とや
eternal
らを
torment or
続け
whatever.
る。俺は1000年でも1万年でも付き合う覚悟だぜ。
I'm prepared to stick around for 1,000 years or 10,000.
よいよい。
Good, good.
少しは戦う気力も戻ってきたようだな。そうでなければつ
It
ま
would be
らない
boring otherwise.
ほら、
Come
対
now,
戦
don't
ゲ
you
ームでも
see
よくある
R-rated
だろ。
multiplayer games?
乱入したけど、相手があまりに弱くて拍子ぬ負けて最終ラウンドまで延長させて。最後に本気
To
でフ
enter
ル
as
ボ
a new
ッコにす
challenger
る
with
こ
a
とと
bonus so
かっ
weak that's
て
a bit of an
ある
anticlimax.
だろ
To lose on purpose, extend the game to the last round, think it's serious and beat them to vote right.
例えの意味がわかんねえよ。
It's the same as wine.
よく熟
You
成
don't
さ
let
せ
it
ね
age
ば
well, it won't
輝かぬ
sparkle.
お前は
You're a wine that can
それに耐え
withstand
ら
that
れるワイ
process.
ンだ。わらわがじっ
I'll
くり
age you
熟成させ
carefully.
てやる。そなたを
I'll raise
わ
me
ら
the
わの
best
優
alcohol
雅な
to
時
color
間を
my
彩
elegant
る
time.
最高の美酒に育て上げてやるぞ。だからこの程度で屈
So
服
don't
な
let
ど
this
す
much
るな。
break you.
わらわを引
Keep
き
on
続き
denying
否
me.
定してくれよ。何しろわ
After
ら
all,
わ
as long
は
as you don't accept me,
そなたが
I'm
認め
nothing
ぬ
more
限
than a
り
fleeting illusion.
儚き幻想に過ぎぬのだから。
何度見ても辛いな。
No matter how many times I see it, it's awful.
教中
I sympathize
お察しします
with all of my art.
シャノンさん鍵を
Chen
頼み
Chen,
ます
please get the key.
お亡くなりになられたと
No,
はい
she
え
passed away. My lady is a
奥様はレ
lady.
ディーです。私には触れることができません。
Cannot touch her.
はい。
Yes. Chen nodded sharply, her expression filled with a sense of duty. George, Goda, and Shannon had broken a stupid window and were inside the chapel. Since they really hadn't want to break one, they had searched for another way in just in case. But in the end, they only proved once again there was nowhere that anyone could have slipped in. And emphasized further how Inshiro was the chapel's locked room. Inside the chapel, time stopped since they had left it earlier. Of course, even George could not approach that horrible Halloween party again. It was only natural. Because it made him remember, again, the sadness of losing both of his parents at once. And Goda, thinking of that possibility that their bodies might have changed in some horrible way before the day had passed, he didn't want to let George approach. Shan followed Goda's instructions and approached the party table. Normally, Shan would have resented having another dirty job forced on her. Now she could truly understand Goda's mental state. Despite Goda's prodigious skill, he had still got in trouble with lost his job and been left out in the streets, and then Natsuki had given him a new life. Even though it had just been a casual employment for Natsuki, Goda must have felt a turning point in his fate. Those around Goda could see that he felt a special kind of loyalty to Natsuki. They probably didn't want to lose that feeling, even though she was dead. Now that half day passed, the body's actually the rest had changed completely. Small bugs that had sniffed out the smell of death had started to gather. Ew. It wasn't really something you could look at directly.
奥様、
Madam,
失礼いたします。
excuse me. This is of her long experience as a servant. She had an idea of which pocket Natsuki had kept the key to her room in. Probably in this pocket. Her guest didn't fail her. Just by touching the outside of the pocket, she was immediately able to feel it.
ありました。
It's here.
奥様の部
The
屋
key to
の
my
鍵です。
bathroom. Shan held the key up high, showing the others that it had been found. As George didn't go to watch her, their eyes opened wide. That was an expression Shan was expecting, so it startled her. Because Shan hadn't noticed. George and Goda, watching from far, had been able to notice it first. Because when Shan had been held the key up high, a blizzard of gold leaf had built up from around the table. There were countless golden butterflies. This was the first time George had seen them. To him, they might have been looking fantastic. But Goto-san already knew. He knew that those gold butterflies, far from being beautiful, would sway over something disastrous. And that goat swell, trying to suck Chen in. Shannon-chan!
走って
Run! Huh? Ah! Chen also realized she was about to be swallowed up by gold butterflies. She then ran unsteadily, her facial expression still shocked. As he did, the gold butterflies danced around Shannon in unison. They grouped together. They tried to swallow her up.
Shannon!
Shannon!
くそ、なんだこれ
Damn it,
は
what's going on?
これが君たちの言っ
Are
てた
these the gold butterflies you guys were talking about?
早く外へ
Outside,
こ
quickly!
いつらめ
You
く
bastards!
そ
Damn it, damn it! George and Goto rushed up to Shannon, driving off the group of butterflies. And while the butterflies were scattered, they ran towards the broken window. However, they needed good footing to get out of the window, which was surrounded with shards of broken glass. When they had entered, there had been enough time to prepare for that, but now there was none.
足場を探してる時間なんかない
Let's go through the door! There's no time to look for footing!
開かない
It won't open!
硬い
It's stuck!
貸して
Give it to me!
くそ
Damn, this ancient piece of
これ
crap!
が
ジョージ様お早く
Dress them up quickly!
くそ
Damn, you want a piece of me? Goto took her jacket, swinging it around and scaring the group of butterflies. It was vastly outnumbered. It was doubted that even bought them a short amount of time. George struggled with a virtually broken handle. Its age showed, and it didn't turn well. 3/4 long wouldn't do the trick. It needs the right angle or some trick.
ジョージ様
George-sama!
くそ
Damn it!
この化け物
You
どもが
monsters! Just then, Goto saw it. It was seen by it. In other words, their eyes met. On top of the party table. No, floating above it. Backed by a stained glass window, laughing, the figure of the witch. You saw the figure witch laughing in the center of golden whirlwind. Allowing gold butterflies to attend to her whims.
ベアトリーチェ
Beatrice! It should have been Goto-san's first time meeting her. But he knew at a glance. Just like the other servants had said, this was certainly the witch of the portrait herself.
そろそろ晩餐の時間ではないか。
It is almost time for dinner, is it not?
すでにわらわはこの
I'm
屋
already
敷
the
のホ
host
ス
of
ト
this
や。
mansion.
そなたらを素
So I
晴ら
must
しき
give
デ
you
ィ
a
ナ
warm
ー
reception
で
for a
歓待し
wonderful
なくては
dinner.
ならぬというもの。おあつらえ向きに3人ではないか。
Upper lady, there are 3 of you.
これはこれ
My, how truly convenient, truly
実に
convenient.
好都合。
Ooh.
開いた
It opened!
ゴーダさん
Goto-san, quickly!
ベアトリーチェ
Beatrice-sama? Huh? What?
足を止めて
Are
も
you
よ
sure you
い
just
の
want
か
to stand there?
ここがそなたらの
You think
墓場
this
に
takes
ふさわしいというなら
Very
それもよ
well.
かろうぞ。かつての主の傍らにて
Outrageous
死
people
後も
wanting to
使
stay
い
by
た
their
いと
former
いう
master's
その
side,
心意気は
serve
た
them
た
even
えようぞ。
after death. The golden whirlwind shrouding the witch burst. It was like an evil hand just literally spread his fingers and was trying to attack them. The group of butterflies attacked with a whoosh sound.
急ぐんだ
Hurry!
足を止めちゃいけない
Can't stand here! Girl's voice spot broke Shannon and Goto back to themselves. Standing here now would be the same as a frog being stared down by a snake. They had to resist. They had to fight this incarnation of the new brutal and frightening order that enveloped Rokujima. No time to take out their umbrellas. Three of them dashed out into the pouring rain. They never realized because they didn't turn around. The go flies apparently couldn't handle the rain too well, and they just hammered their ability to chase after them. Three people ran from their golden pursuits and flew into the mansion. How nice, how nice! If it wasn't like this, it wouldn't be interesting. They unlocked the door and flew into the room. A bit of the scent from Nachi's favorite general incense remained in the room. However, there was no time to let that calm them down now.
Where is it? Said it was in the treasure box, right? Something I just heard. Never knew where it was actually at. I think it's probably in our dresser in the corner by the bed.
Jane claimed that because of her woman's sense. But in the corner by the bed, there was only an incense burner, a half-written novel, and a pair of glasses. The dresser was elegant and many drawers, and it would be understandable if she had kept someone valuable there.
And Natsui, I'm sorry.
He began violently opening each one of the drawers. He had to hurry. He couldn't actually hear footsteps. He had a feeling that the witch was approaching. And a feeling that her laugh was approaching. He opened the drawers one by one and examined their contents. Every small box would make it look like a treasure box. And the amount of effort it takes to accept the honor made him feel a little dizzy.
Maybe it's this box. But I can't open it.
At glance, it looks slightly larger than the music box. And shaking it rustled as though very small objects were hidden inside. It was locked and wouldn't open.
And normally you would hide the key somewhere nearby. I mean, somebody who always takes with them. I don't know.
No choice. Let's break-o! We can't do it recklessly. Might we break the mirror inside? Isn't them two we could pry it open with? Damn it! Daughter sat and looked over the room, trying to see if there was some tool that they could use. And he noticed the door which had been left open since they had entered. He approached the door to close it and noticed the abominable showers of people approaching beyond the darkness in the hall. No, phrase showers of people wasn't right. It does not refer to human shadows. You can't call the shadows beings that aren't human shadows of people.
George-sama! Hurry!
Goda's voice strode off. It was a shock from seeing the procession of those not in this world. It was a servant. They knew that all servants that worked for the Ushiro family. They didn't know about these. However, they were definitely servants. Your servants were with Ushiro couldn't get no Ushiro across. There are new servants who work for the new master of the mansion, the Golden Witch Beatrice. And you got goat heads and bright red, boiled eyes of lava. As the new mattress laughed louder and trimly directed 6 of the new servants. He saw her pierce the darkness as she came. Of course, she was clad in golden bloodlights that were her symbol. Goda hurriedly closed the door and locked it. However, the instant he locked it, it returned normal, just as though it had been knocked back by a spring or something. The most he gave illusion on some pranks on the side of the door was opening it every time he closed it. This is why they shouldn't have been able to reach the other side of the door yet. Then who? How? Just like playing with a broken toy. Blink, boing, blink, boing.
It won't close!
閉めても
It
開いて
opens
し
even
ま
if I close it!
うどうなってんだこりゃ
Yeah, what's going on? Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it,
damn it!
Did you think a lock would stop me?
その部屋の
Do you
新
think
し
the
き
door to that
主
room would inhibit this
その部
room's
屋の
new
扉が
master?
拒むと思うのか
Besides, the witch could see Goda's frantic efforts to the door. He and I struggled, the footsteps continued to approach. But not just their footsteps, their breaths too could be heard. And when not just the footsteps, but that's Goda gave up on lock and ran the door with his shoulder, making a lock in his own large body.
ジョージ様
George-sama, quickly, 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 quickly!
ジョージ様、これ
George-sama,
はどう
what
でしょ
about
う
this?
レターオープ
A
ナ
letter
ー
opener!
そっちの方がいいね
Sir, let me have
貸し
it.
て万年筆じゃうまくい
The
かない
fountain pen isn't working. George took it and once again dug in the crack of the letter that says it. Well, it looks like it's working.
早く
Quickly, quickly!
The pressure from across the door grew even stronger. Goda screamed. It wasn't work right for his test of strength. He was terrified. He was simply terrified that, except for a single one door, he would touch something not of this world. But he was so lucky. He wasn't touching them directly, because they were on the other side of the door. It was only natural that he did touch them directly, so his cry would turn from something brave into something shameful. And he had very shrill scream that would shatter glass. Goda couldn't believe it was right before his eyes. Going through the door, an arm, almost as though it was sticking through the surface of water, slipped through as though it was perfectly natural and stroked the back of Goda's hand as he tried desperately to hold the door closed. It traced slowly out his arm to his chest and then his chin. By now, Goda's scream was not even vocalized. You could hear a sweet, whispering voice from across the door. It wasn't coming whisper to him with the sound of the voice, it was a young woman. There's no difference in the fact that his voice was one from not this world. Beelzebub!
Kawaii, kawaii. Hey, you see it, right? Your life flashing before your eyes. Tell me when it's over. Thanks. Over already.
That obscene arm burst apart, and they heard the sound of something jumping around the room at an incredible speed. They didn't know what it was. Incredibly fast, small, like a steel or maybe a beetle. And it buried itself right in the center of Goda's chest and stopped. For the first time, it realized that its true form was something like a stake with a strange design on it. Goda's door body shook, bent backwards, and fell over. It was as though the door itself had accepted them. The goat attendees entered one after another, 6 of them. Now which entered, the goat butterflies entered. The room was wrapped in a blizzard gold leaf which fell and piled up, turning it into a world of gold. Shannon, the roulette has chosen you and George.
解放の日に感謝せよ
Thank you for your day. Thank me for your day of release.
未練はある
I assume you have no regrets.
まいないよな
None at all, right?
ほ 惚れた男から婚約指
You
輪
see
を
you engaged man for the man you fell for, then being killed right before spending a night together. That isn't a regret at all, right?
女の幸せを教えてもらいたかったんだろう。
You wanted him to teach you the happiness of being a woman, didn't you?
さあ
No, no, Shannon, it's hanging. Your regret from your
お
mouth.
前の口元から未練がだらだら
I can see it
垂れて
trickling
るの
from
が
your
見える
mouth. Shannon. Crack. The sound of the lid of the treasure box breaking and opening. When George turned over, after accepting these charms, very small objects did not see a treasure when she was a girl. Mixed in with those pouch that stood out from the rest. He picked it up and checked it immediately. This was it.
見つけた。
I found it! This is it!
いいって及ばなかったの。
One move short.
死ね
Shine! Damn it! All at once, the go butterfly attacked George, who was playing slowly, trying to remove the contents of the pouch. Just then, it seemed like, just for an instant, a bright red flash lit up the room. The red flash seemed to wipe out the glow of flowers that were raging around the room, within a circle drawn with Shannon at the center. Therefore, it was a very divine scene. Almost though a single streak of light had cut through the clouds and ceiling in this roar of gold. George had curled in a ball trying to protect himself with a group of butterflies, didn't have a clue what had occurred. Then noticed that Shannon was blocking the way to him, shielding him. With a serious face she had never worn before, she glared at the witch and the rest.
忘れていた
I'd forgotten.
そなた
You
も
were
また
also Kinzo's excellent
金蔵
furniture.
の優れた家具だったな。それも
And you
カノン
returned
より
much
だい
more
ぶ
than
熟成した
Canning Day.
カノン君をよくも
How dare you do that to Cannon?
殺したことじゃ
The
ない。
fact that you killed him.
よくも亡骸を消し去り、
Erase his
その名誉ま
remains.
で汚そうとしたな。
You can try to disgrace his honor.
おやおやシャーノそれを怒ってるのか
Come now, Shannon. Is that what's making you mad?
カノンに会えな
If
くて
you're
寂
lonely
し
because
い
can't be
な
Cannon,
フォローに
just ask
頼
me.
めよ
I'll bring you
いつ
together
だって合わせてやるという
anytime.
のに
When Lift snapped her fingers when the 6 stone tendons glittered gold and changed to Ken. It was definitely a sight to make one doubt their eyes. It was definitely Cannon's face. However, in those eyes, there was none of that sincere glint of Cannon. There were only the clouded eyes of furniture that had nothing but obey the orders of the witch. George couldn't understand the scene right before his eyes.
Is it fun?
ああ
Oh
楽しい
yes, it's so fun!
死が引き
It's
裂
always
いた
fun to relate
二人
to
を
that have
再
been
会
torn
さ
apart
せ
by
るの
death.
いつだって楽しい死で引き裂いて一度合わせて二度もう一
Because
度
I
引き
get
裂
to enjoy
いて
it
三
thrice.
度
Once
楽し
tearing
め
you
るの
apart by
だ
death
か
and
ら
once uniting
な
them and once tearing them apart again.
さあカノン
So,
姉と遊んでや
Cannon,
りなさい
go play with your sister.
もし痛めつ
If
け
she
られ
knocks you
たら
about, show her face with as much anguish as you can
思いっきり苦悶の表情を
manage.
浮かべてやるといい
It On the imposter Cannon's arm, a strangely shining trail extended. It planned to tear Sharon apart with that. Shannon, who still hadn't prepared her heart apart with a single stroke.
許さない。
I won't forgive you.
一度ならず
For dishonoring the dead not once but
二度
twice.
までも死者
I
を
won't
汚すなん
forgive
て
you.
許せない。
ほざくな。
Stop
弟に
babbling!
殺
You're killed
さ
by
れ
your
ろよ
brother, Shannon!
といい
I'm sure you'll be able to
夢
have
が
a
見
good
られるぜ
dream! As the imposter cannon drew several purple trails, he definitely attacked Shannon. But when he flew at Shannon, it felt like some kind of invisible wall had been set up in front of her. A bright red ripple trail was left on the wall, and it repelled the imposter. No, it didn't repel him, it smashed him. Knocked him back, turning him to gold dust into pieces, scattering him. The figure of the foolish furniture had mocked Cannon's form and even disgraced his honor after his death, broken into countless gold butterflies. And those butterflies themselves were in pieces, and those pieces were broken to pieces. But they were no longer butterflies, but a spray of gold and disappeared.
Shannon!
ジョージさんはそこから
Your
動か
son,
ないでくだ
please
さ
don't
い。
move from there.
中心軸をず
I
ら
want to
した
shift
く
the
ない。
central axis.
これは驚いた。
This is a surprise!
虫一匹
You
殺
really
せ
make
な
a
い
face like you wouldn't hurt it fly?
これだ
You
け
can
の
display
力を
such
見せた。
power!
なるほど。霊境がそなたに力を貸しているというのか。しかし、その霊境の本当の力を引き出すには、準備も時間も足りないな。
And you don't have the preparation or the time to draw out the true power of that spirit mirror.
So のどちらもわらわは与えはせぬ。
I will give you either one. The spirit mirror George gripped was letting out a divine radiance and displaying its strength not to submit to a wicked power. That radiance was no match for Witch's sinister aura.
これだから家具
This is why furniture is frightening.
予期せずして
That
タ
feeling
ンスの
like
角
accidentally
にぶ
hitting
つ
the
ける足
corner
の
cabinet
小
with your
指の
little
ような
toe.
気持ちよ。これだから家具は
This is why
怖い
furniture is frightening.
家具
You furniture, furniture!
私は家具じゃ
I
ない。
am not furniture.
そして
And I think you are very pitiful right
あなた
now.
を今はとても哀れに思う。
何
What?
ほう
Oh.
千年の魔女
I wonder what this French who hasn't even lived 100 years to say to a witch of 1,000.
あなたはとても
You are
哀
a
れな
very
人。
pitiful person.
愛し合う二人に未練がないわけがない。
Of course, we only regret between two people who love each other.
でも、あ
That
なた
isn't
に
a
期
stop
待
this
する
kind
よう
of
な
regret
未
you're
練は
hoping for.
かけらほどもない。
語るか
You dare speak furniture?
ジョージと結ば
When
れ
you
た
say that, I remember the days that you wanted to be tied to George so much that you licked my shoes.
Living with love.
泥念を
Honey
払う
muck is what humans do.
それを嘲笑い見下しているつもりで、あなたはそれにはるかに劣る。
For staring at that and thinking you look down on it, you're far inferior to them.
私は今こそあなたを哀れに思う。
Actually, now, I think you're pitiful.
愛し合う二人にとって添い遂げること
Proves to
に
me for a
ど
loving
れほ
couple
ど
to
の意味
consummate their love.
意味はある。
It doesn't mean
きっ
something.
とある。
It definitely does.
でも
But it's completely
それ
different from
は
what
あ
you
な
were
たの言う
saying.
こととは全然違う。もっと新鮮にしてあなたごとき邪悪が口にする資格もないほどの新鮮な意味がある。
It means something more sacred, so sacred that was once such as out. That you has no right to speak of it wickedly.
だから私にはすでに何の未練もない。ジョージさんと
George son and I
愛
have
を
sworn to love
誓い合
each
った。
other.
その証として指輪を受け取った。
So I no longer have any regrets. Your son and I have sworn on each other. Proof I accepted his ring. With that, our eternal vows were completed.
あなたがどん
No
な
matter
邪
how
悪
you
な
torture
魔
us
法
with the
や悪
wicked
意
magic in
で
your mouths,
私
you
た
have
ちの
disgraced
災難だ
us
と
for
し
all
ても
eternity.
永遠は汚さない。
Huh.
綺麗事を詩人のよ
Don't
うに語
speak
る
as a poet
な。
like it's so neat and clean.
愛は情欲。
Love is lust. It can't be talked about with only pretty words like in a shoujo manga.
男ども。
Men are flies and
お前
maggots
の
that
よう
get
に
caught in your
光
sin
と
and
群が
gather
る
around
虫
you.
前どもなんだよ。そんなことも
You
そ
still
の
don't
年でま
understand
だ
that
理
at
解
your
できねえのか
age.
よ。お前は失望
You
す
despair when you get
る
even
ぜ。
one glimpse of light and
そ
start
の
lust
後
of
ろの
that
メガネ
glasses
男
man
のど
behind
す
you.
黒い欲望。一度でも覗いちまったら。がっか
To
り
be devastated,
愕
speech
然
is
あ
so
ぜん
no
ぼうぜん
words,
全
no
然
reaction, no
ダメ
expression,
だ
no
ぜ。
goddamn good at all.
そうな
Shannon. That's enough talking furniture, you furniture, furniture, furniture!
何
Who
様
the
の
hell
つ
do you
も
think
り
you
だ
are
よ
talking
語り
like
やがって
that? Love's just a fraud, how just pretty up something that's ultimately filthy as all
汚ねえ汚
hell!
物をどう綺麗に見せようかって欺瞞なんだよ。そいつに気づいて人は大人になるんだろう。死ねよ。
When people become adults when they realize that, die you trash furniture, furniture scrap, until you're a filthy maggot that will see whether that glass guy still loves you.
愛するか試してやるよ。そいつの愛のどぎたねえ
I'll show you the goddamn for the reality of his
教
love.
えてやるよ。死ねよガラクタが。
Die you piece of crap!
て
Don't
め
you tell
え
me
が
about
愛を語るんじゃね
love!
え。
The invisible column of light with Shannon at the center started to have a bright red ribbons drawn all over it at once. The wall did its best to withstand the visible malice that was trying to corrode it from all directions.
なんだよそれは。抵抗してるつも
What
り
is this you
か
call?
よ。
What is this? You call that resisting?
安っぽいんだよ。
You're
薄っぺらいん
insignificant.
だ
You're
よ。
frail, just like the pretty pictures you try to paint. Just a frail pretense.
見たくないものをベー
Here's
ル
hiding
で
what you
覆
don't
っ
want
て
to
隠
see
して
by
るだ
covering
け
you with
な
a
んだよ。
veil. Do you
わかんない
still
のか
not
よ。だから
understand
家具
why
な
your
んだよ。
furniture, you
家具。
furniture?
ほらほらほらほらほら削られてるぜ。カリカリコリコリガリガリゴリゴリなんて
See, see,
薄く
see,
て
see,
情けな
chipping
いんだよ。
away. Crunk, crunk, smash, smash. How thin and how shameful.
お前のその
Compared to your
薄っぺら
frail
な抵抗に
resistance,
比べたら
Parma Youngo
パルミジャーノ
Reggiano
レッ
would
ジ
take
ア
much
ー
more
ノの
effort
方が
to
まだ
shave. The golden windstorm that covered the room gradually shaved away the walls of calm that protected Shannon and George. The bright red ripples tranquilly drew a pattern of resistance, but the wall was beginning to develop the two, becoming, instead of red, wall of despair.
George-san, sorry. It was impossible for me, after all.
ありがとう。
Yes, thank you.
君は僕のために戦っ
Not for my sake.
それだけで
That
嬉し
alone
い。
makes me happy.
As the column that had once protected them was a soda and covered the trail of blood-curdling red ripples, it contracted. It began to suck the two of them up instead.
George-san, can I ask you a favor?
Shannon grasped George's hand behind her. So George hugged her shoulders just as strongly.
なんだい。
What is it? Before the end, just let me hear you say you love me.
Sure.
さよ。
Tayo,
I will forever. Genji finished taking his light meal. He went out to do the nighttime rounds in the side mansion. He reheated the soup that Goda had started making and ate some random leftovers from the refrigerator. They're all things Goda made himself and were, of course, delicious. It had half-heartedly gone to ask Rose and the others what they could do for dinner. He had been yelled by a voice telling him that they had canned food, so they were fine. The door wasn't even open for him. So ironically, it was the servant Genji who was able to eat the most delicious meal. Though all those crimes and committed, many people had already met a brutal end. Why was it that Genji wasn't afraid to do the rounds all by himself? Judging by his appearance as he carried out his normal tasks without a trace of fear, as though everything was normal. You might think that all the horrible events that happened today were all just an illusion or a dream. Was he taking a philosophical view, or was it simple resignation? Genji must have considered it a virtue since he carried out his duty until the last moment. Since the fate that awaited him was unavoidable. It would probably be internally impossible to perceive the depths of his heart, unless he told of it himself. Because he had given the master key back to Rosa, the places he would go to were extremely limited. All he would do is walk around the hallways, checking to make sure that the windows were closed. You go around that roof far more quickly than usual. At the sound of a moderate knock, Annie Rose, who had been falling into a doze shortly before, jumped and woke up. When the barrel of a gun, the door, she yelled. Who is it? I was napping on the sofa, and that voice also brought me back to reality.
Rosa-sama.
Rosa-sama.
Genji de
It
gozaimasu.
is Genji. Do you have some business? We found without opening the door. Tell us from there.
はい。
Yes.
それでは、こ
Then
のままで失
forgive me
礼
for
させて
speaking
い
in this
ただ
fashion.
きます。南條先生と熊沢の遺体を 見つけました。
I found the bodies of Dr. Nanjo and Kumasawa. What did he say?
そう
I see.
分かったわ
Alright, let's go check on them.
確認に行きましょう 死体を見ない限り私は
Until
誰
I
も
see
信
the
じ
corpse, I
ない
won't believe anybody.
大丈夫だよバ
It's
トラ
alright, Ballard.
マリアといれば
If you're
絶
with
対
me,
に大
you'll
丈夫
definitely be alright.
Anyway, my face was shot with anxiety. Maria grasped my hand with her small hand and spoke softly, trying to give me courage. It was Auntie Rosa's job to ready the gun and stand guard if out to meet and remove the barricade of sofas. When I finished, I took a backward glance at Auntie Rosa, who was pointing the barrel of the gun over my shoulder, and opened the door.
ケンジさん
Auntie-san,
二人の死
where
体
are
は
the
どう
corpses?
中庭です。
In the courtyard.
ご案内いたします。
I shall guide you.
バトラ君待って
They couldn't wait!
念のため
In case we're gonna check
部
the
屋
doors
の
and
戸
windows of
締
this
ま
room
りを
before
確
we
認してい
go.
くわちょっと待ってね
Wait a second. Auntie Rosa called me to a halt to prevent me going on ahead and began to carefully check the locks into the windows. Those locks had already been checked once. Kind of felt unpleasant, though she suspected that I might have secretly unlocked them when she wasn't looking. No, maybe she was right to be this cautious. Even though it was called a courtyard, it wasn't a pretty place you could just take a walk in like the Rose Garden. On the contrary, since it was surrounded by the mansion on all sides, it made you feel a little discomfort, as though it was telling you that you couldn't escape from the mansion even though you tried to escape through the outside. On the other hand, thanks to that, even though the violent winds could be heard, the wind itself was blocked. Genji-san held out an umbrella, but Auntie Rosa ignored him. Probably want to say that the gun took two hands, and so taking the umbrella would be dangerous because you wouldn't be able to fire a gun. Even without Genji-san pointing his finger, we could tell immediately. Right in the center of the courtyard, you can see where Dr. Nanjo and Kumasawa-san lie. Auntie Rosa entered the courtyard without even an umbrella. So Genji-san and I entered the courtyard without opening one. Only Maria had opened one like normal.
マリ
Maria?
アこれは
Is this...
あれだな
You know.
おお
Ew.
第7の番
It's the 7th and the
第
8th
8の
twilight.
番だね
なるほど
I see.
確かに
So just as Genji-san and the others said, there are horrible wounds on their
二人
necks.
ひどい傷があるわね
I...
すごく
Very sharp.
まるで
Almost though they'd been
日本
sliced
刀
with
か
katana
何
or
か切ったか
something.
のようにすっぱりね
I can't really actually anybody with my eyes. But after seeing the Halloween bar in the chapel, even though I thought it was horrible, it was only enough to make me feel sick. Instead, our gazes were directed at their legs, and Dr. Nanjo's knees. Dr. Nanjo's knee and Kumasawa-san's ankle. During each of them was something like a knife or a stake with a demonic decoration. They would surely be the same as the one that appears just his back.
これは何だ
What is this?
ジェシカちゃんの時と同
Is
じ
this in Jessica-chan's?
何か
Is this supposed to be some kind of cult ritual, I wonder?
なのかしら
わかりません。
I do not know.
彼らの遺体を
As I saw the bodies, there was nothing like this.
このようなものはありませんでした。使用人室
It was done
から
after they were
運び出さ
carried out of the servant room.
れやられたのでしょう。
The one that was stuck in Dr. knee was still standing erect. That was acting like me a shower. It had come out and fallen over. was only when I saw the one that had fallen over that first time I realized that wasn't a knife. It was something like a stake. So the blade was probably about 30 centimeters. It was probably made out of bronze or iron or something of the sort. Even without touching it, you could tell that it had some weight to it. It was composed of a grip and a cone-shaped part and was obviously made to be a piercing weapon. Maybe you describe it like a miniature version of those lances Western knights used on horseback. The grooves had been carved into a spiral shape, made it look like a drill. Oh, the grip and a coat-like design of a demon or something. Oh, same weapons used more. It felt like something that would be used in a ritual to offer up a sacrifice.
間違いない。
There's no mistake.
生贄の
They're meant to be sacrifices.
第7の番に
On the seventh
膝を
twilight,
えぐりて
Alex
殺
the
せ
knee and kill.
第8の
On
番
the
に
eighth twilight,
足をえぐり
Alex
て
the leg and
殺せ
kill.
待てよ。
Wait,
それじゃ
then they've left out the 4th, 5th, and 6th twilights.
6の番が抜けちまう。まさか。
Don't tell me. That's right. Why is Genji-san alone? It felt like something had happened. Why wouldn't George Aniki, Goda-san, or Shannon-chan be here? Why was Genji-san alone?
どういうこと
What is
George
this?
君たち三
Where
人は
George
どこへ
Kun
行っ
and
て
the
んの
others two go?
夏日奥様
Told me they want to go to Madame Natsu's room to search for something and left.
まだお戻りにな
They
り
have
ま
not
せん
yet returned.
なんだって。
What did you say?
その、
You
出かけたっ
say
て
they
のは
left?
いつ頃の
When
話
was
なんだ
that?
よ。
2,3 時間前の
2 or 3 hours ago, I believe.
そんな。
No way!
なんでそんな
Why did you
大
say
事な
something
こ
like that?
と
But
やっちゃ
no,
なくて。
why didn't you think that was
なんで
suspicious?
不審に思わなかったんだよ。
常に一人使用人は待機していま
There
す
must always be one separate away.
彼らが戻るまで
They
待機
do
して
to wait for orders until they return.
私のお務めでした
Is Genji-san really this much of a robot? This is bad, it's really bad. The fact that Dr. Nanjo and Kumasawa-san had been killed in this way meant that 3 people had already been killed. We ran towards Natsu's room. The touch of anxiety and just as much resignation. Before we even saw the inside of Natsu's room, I think resignation. On the door was bizarre filth? In any case, the door wasn't any normal thing. We were able to imagine what was inside the room without opening it. On the face of the door, how should I say it? I had heavily painted their hands with the same red paint that the Asgars before had been drawn with. And had banged on the door, scratched and dirtied it. It was dirtied after the aftermath of King Garden playing in mud. I don't know what it could mean. Bright red paint that had been slathered on was dripping down, even though no one said it, it made us think of blood. Genji-san, open that door! Lady Rosa held her gun up high and ordered Genji-san to open it. Genji-san approached the door without being particularly troubled by that stuff on it and turned the knob. He immediately turned around, shaking his head. It was locked. Now, there's only person mentioned who could lock and open doors at will. Auntie Rosa. This time, Genji-san asked Auntie Rosa to unlock the door instead of the other way around. After making a slightly disgruntled face, Auntie Rosa handed me a master key and told me to open it.
Butler-kun.
Will you be able to open it up? This up for me.
そのくらいのこと。
Trusting Genji-san with something like that wouldn't... Auntie Rosa glared at me with an intense gaze. Getting into a fight here would only make the environment turn even more sour. Not even talking back anymore, I approached that creep door and tried the knob. It didn't open. It was only the resistance of the lock. I stuck the master key into the keyhole. Plunk! A little resistance. While listening to Auntie Rosa, she told me to be cautious to open the door without being particularly cautious at all. And there was she left force, not betraying her expectation in the slightest. Horrible. As I thought, his reproduction of the 4th, 5th, and 6th Twilights.
6の版の再現だったんだ。